What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about the best real estate apps that you can use in 2020, and I'm gonna break them all down and give my own opinion on them coming up right after this. Welcome back to the channel that's all about real estate. Today we're talking about real estate apps and the best real estate apps that you can use in 2020. If you get any value out of this video, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button down there, which helps the YouTube algorithm, and it only helps videos like this get viewed more, which is my main goal with this channel, is to educate more people. After being in real estate for a while as a real estate agent and listening to my clients and just the public of what they think about these different apps, I'm gonna break down the top 4 that I think are the best, and they are Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, and Realtorcom. Now let's jump over to my computer and I'll give you my opinion on all 4 of those. Okay, to start off, let's go to the main page. On the very top, I like how streamlined Zillow is. You know, you have buy, rent, sell, home loans, and then you can find a agent finder, right? This makes it super easy just for the beginner, you know, starting to look at properties. Let's focus more on the buy side, right? So if you're a home buyer, so the first thing you click on, I'm located in Linwood, Washington, so I'll click in Linwood, Washington on the property search on top, which is already done. And it's gonna draw a line around the Linwood boundary, which I like. My only complaint with Zillow that I have is it just seems like it's really hard to kind of locate the property and the street with this little circle compared to other apps that I'm gonna show you. It just seems that they can make it a little bit easier. The other thing is, you know, you have to go up here to put in the price, which isn't a huge problem. Some other apps are a little bit easier when you're trying to locate this stuff. And then when you on the right side, you have the scroll wheel, which scrolls through all the properties active in that current city that you put in. You know, locating properties to buy, I think Zillow does, you know, a good job. Now, when it comes in terms of renting, you know, from what I've heard from all my clients in the public, is Zillow is a great rental site, and it makes it super easy to locate, you know, what your property might rent for in the current market, or just to find a rental if you're in the rental market. Now, as for a sole app to find properties, you know, I would give it maybe a 6 out of 10. For me, it just seems like it's a little bit hard to see the property that you're trying to find. And, you know, I think they could just make it a little bit easier. It's a little hard to find the streets and it kind of narrow down your search for me. Next on the list, I want to talk about Redfin. Now, what's interesting with Redfin, and I know a lot of people like Redfin, you know, full disclosure, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Redfin. I'm not a huge fan of their business model. You know, they do have a decent app, but when it comes terms of buying real estate, you know, a lot of people don't understand, but Redfin's never been profitable as a business, ever. You know, they're trying to get market share, but when the market's tough, you know, we see Redfin kind of dwindle down. You know, when the market's really good, we see Redfin, you know, they'll just stick a sign out and they'll sell the property, and people get drawn in by the 1% listing fee. But what you have to keep in mind is you have to pay 3% to the other side. You know, so yeah, you know, a lot of people see the 1%, but in reality, you're really paying a full 4%. But to not go too much in that, let's talk about the app. So when you pull it up, you know, there's kind of a lot going on, you know, but it's obviously, you know, they advertise right here, the 1% listing fee, 3 times more buyers, more money in your pocket, right? You know, to the more experienced person, you know, this is kind of, you know, they're telling the truth in a little bit of a way, but, you know, other brokerages save you money too, so it's not completely transparent with what they're saying. So let's go to the buy side. You know, they have contact a Redfin agent. So right away, it's just kind of hard to, you know, if you're trying to look for homes, they have a search bar here. So let's type in Linwood, Washington. Okay. So it looks like it's loading here. So the one thing that I like about Zillow compared to Redfin is that, you know, they will draw a line around Linwood. Maybe it does on Redfin, but I'm not seeing it doing it right now. Now, the one thing I do like is how easy it is to see the price, how big the square is. Instead of with Zillow, if you remember, you got to zoom in to see the price. So this is super easy to just locate. You know, there you go. That house is $225. This house has an open house this weekend. This house is a hot house. Now on Redfin, when they say it's a hot home, it's probably based off a price per square foot basis. It's just a hot listing. It's probably going to sell soon. You know, maybe it's at market value, or maybe they feel like it's priced well. I don't know exactly how they determine that it's a hot home. But what I do like is, you know, they have all their open houses. It's super easy to see even when you're zoomed out, which I like. So you don't have to go around searching for listings. The other thing I'm a fan of this app too is, you know, they don't have like Zillow where you got to do all the tabs on the top. You know, most people are just going to search by price range, right? Because that's normally the number one thing that people search by is what can they afford. And Redfin makes it super easy right on top, right? You just have price, minimum. So say your minimum price is $400,000 to $500,000. Okay, so they make it super easy, right? So there you go. There's all the listings. 400 to 500,000. You can see this is a hot listing right here. So I would say the navigating through Redfin is a lot easier than Zillow, and that's why I think I hear a lot more people using Redfin, just because it's a more user-friendly app. From me just going through it right now. Well, my personal opinion right now as it stands, Zillow or Redfin, I like the Redfin app, even though I'm not a fan with the Redfin business model and just the way they go about doing their business. But I do like their website. I do like their app, especially for a first-time home buyer. And I noticed that they do have a bunch of other categories. If you go on the buy categories, you can see right here, they have affordability calculator. They have a home buying guide. They even have what is the US housing market doing, comparing mortgage interest rates, right? So it's very user-friendly for the first-time home buyer that really doesn't understand how to buy a house. You know, and they go through all these metrics that are very easy to understand for someone that's, you know, brand new at either buying or selling a house. So the next one that we got here is Realtor.com. Now, I've never actually, I'll be completely honest, I've never really looked through Realtor.com. Normally I'll, you know, look at Zillow or my personal John L. Scott app when I go on my phone. You know, I do hear some people talking about Realtor.com. You know, honestly, I don't know why it isn't as popular, because I love the layout right when you click onto the website. It's super easy to see what you're doing: buy, sell, rent, mortgage. You know, you can search for realtors, my home, you know, any news and insight into the, you know, US housing market, etc. And it almost seems like it tracks where you're located, because instantly, without me even typing in Linwood, it says new listings in Linwood, Washington. That's where I'm located. What's even happening in Linwood, Washington? This is super informative, you know, for someone that's just getting into, you know, looking for property, 266 homes for sale, right? This is all great information. And then some news, you scroll down. But I do like this, how they have all the new listings on the market. So you can just simply click one button in view, and it even has the hours of when it was listed. So that was listed 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago, brand new. And then right under, also what I like here is they have email agent, right? So this makes it super user friendly, right? If you have a pre-approval letter and you're ready to go, you know, because a lot of times, you know, your real estate agent will set up a search, but a lot of times you might find the property you like before they send it to you, and that's happened before, and you have to act fast. So that's nice that you can just literally click one button, email the agent, say I'm interested, and then get your realtor involved, so you know you don't miss out on the property. I do like how it has pending, new construction. You know, overall, I do like this one, you know, better than Zillow, just the layout. And I actually do like it, you know, a little bit more than the Redfin page. The list view, now if we click over to the map view, you know, they still draw the line around Linwood, which I really like, which I didn't really notice Redfin doing. You know, also on top of that, you know, it goes back to the Zillow where it's just the dot, but it does have the price on top, which makes it easy to view. You know, and zoom in on a specific location you might be looking for a home. And then if you zoom out, you know, it shows, you know, all the listings in that given area. Overall, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm actually really impressed with Realtor.com. I never really used it a lot. I like the layout. I like how streamlined it is. You know, I would say it's a mix in between Zillow and Redfin. The one thing I don't like about Redfin is, you know, obviously they're advertising all their 1% listing fee. You know, if I'm just a home buyer, I just want to go onto a website without getting bombarded with advertisements and just search for a home, and makes it easy. Also, what I found is on this mortgage rent versus buy calculator, which is kind of interesting. It has all these calculations on this mortgage tab, you know, to help out first-time home buyers with refinance rates, mortgage calculator, get pre-approved mortgage interest rates. It can even help you determine if you should rent versus buy based off your desired home price, how much you want to rent for a month. So say I just put in $600,000, maybe you want to rent for $2,500 a month, and then it draws this graph. I don't know exactly. It says year 6 costs are all about the same. Buying average net cost $2,470. Renting, if you stay in your home for 6 years, buying is the cheaper option. You will save $6,005. So that's really cool, right? If you're a first-time home buyer, to just see this visually and just to, you know, help yourself visually see, you know, what it's like if you want to rent or buy, right? So overall, I like Realtor.com. I would say it's taking the lead, honestly, over Zillow and Redfin at this point. Next, we got Trulia. This is the very last one that we're going to look at, give my opinion on. Honestly, I've never really been to Trulia until before I was making this video, and I was kind of looking through all of them and, you know, just giving my personal opinion on them. You know, I do like how simple it is, right? You know, when you go to Redfin, you have so much going on. You know, you see all these advertisements, 1% listing fee, you know, blah, 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 blah. I do like how just streamlined it is, right? It just says the company's name, Trulia, buy, rent, or mortgage, right? That makes it super easy. Discover a place you'll love to live, buy, rent, sold. And then it goes into see how Trulia can help. Buy a home, rent a home, see neighborhoods, explore neighborhoods. So it does classify it as certain neighborhoods, which I do like, because some people do shop for neighborhoods, and that isn't a very common thing, but some people do want to live in an exact neighborhood. So that's a great feature that they put on this as well. Now let's go over to the buy side, and once again we'll put in Linwood, Washington, where I'm located. So it draws the line. I'm a big fan of the line. If you guys can't tell, it just helps see that boundary line, right? Because if you want to live in a certain, if you want to have your kids go to a certain school district, right, that might matter. But also the line just helps you determine what zip code you're gonna, you know, end up buying a house in. It just helps you visually see. So I do like that. On the left side, it has the scroll wheel, and it has I do like that, for sale by owner. You know, most people are going to search obviously by price, so it's going to have, you know, it has all the bedrooms, home type. You know, I do like how just streamlined it is. It seems very simple, very easy, right? Just put in the price, bedrooms. You know, so let's just, for example, we'll do 500,000, and we'll do a max of say 550,000. We'll do 2+ bedrooms, and say you just want to buy a single family house. Say you want a new construction home. Okay, well, there's no new construction homes at that price. Okay, so we'll go resale. So there you go. I mean, super easy just to navigate around, right? You see 5 listings on the market, 522, 509. There's a new home, and then it has an open house. You know, overall, I actually do like this website. I haven't been to this website a lot, but overall, just looking through it is super easy just to navigate. You're not getting bombarded by all those advertisements, like I'm saying, which is super nice. Another thing that I do like, and I think a lot of those other apps do have, you know, but if you work with a real estate agent, they'll set up a safe search, right? But if you want to set up your own, right, it's super nice. You know, I'm gonna have to enter an email address. I'm not gonna do that right now. But on a lot of these apps, right, you can set up a saved search, right? So if you're specifically looking for maybe this criteria I typed in, maybe you're looking for in Linwood, Washington, 500,000 to 550,000, right? Maybe your pre-approvals for 550,000, you don't want to spend any more than that. You know, maybe you have to have 2+ beds. You want to live in a resale home, and a single family residence, right? So here's all the active listings, right? So not a lot of inventory, but if you set up a saved search, you're gonna get notified when all these new listings come on the market immediately, right? So you can act on that property right away. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. I would say after kind of looking through all of them, my personal opinion, you know, I'm not really a fan of Redfin, like I keep saying. You know, I do like Redfin how it is easy on that navigation page to look at the houses. I would say Zillow needs to really change the way when you look at that, you know, whole map view. It's kind of hard to see prices and what you're really looking at. You know, Redfin and Zillow, you know, there's kind of so much going on, you know, so many different tabs, you know, so from my perspective for like a first-time home buyer, just someone who wants just a basic way to search for a property, I really like Realtor.com. I really like Trulia actually, and I haven't really searched on them a lot. Trulia to me seemed the most simple, right? You went on the homepage, there was their, you know, their kind of their slogan on the front, and then it was just rent, buy, and I think sell or something like that. You know, only a couple tabs, which just made it super user-friendly and easy. You know, so for this, I would say Realtor.com and Trulia were honestly my favorites. All right, guys, hopefully you liked the video, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to stay tuned in for all future videos that I post on this channel, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.